Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to all of you, and welcome in the session of business communication. You remember, if you're going to recall the last session of business communication, where we started with the non-verbal communication, like how, without even speaking a word, how we communicate with each other. We do think that it is impossible, or without words we cannot communicate, we cannot convey our message to other person. But in reality it is possible. You will notice that if I make you stand in front of two people, just first let's take okay, the first example is, hi, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing? Good. Do you like to talk to a person who's not showing any kind of expression, who's just speaking the words? Are you interested in listening to this kind of person? Or let's take the second example. Hello, how are you? I'm good, thank you. See, here what I did, my face was moving, my hands were moving, right? So here what I got to know is when a person is using the non-verbal signs, when a person is using the body language, the facial expression, the face movement, we tend to understand the communication more properly. The reason is many times the words may not enter our mind, but what we see, the gestures, the hand movements, what we see, that is definitely going to enter into our brain, because that is going to transmit from our eyes to the brain, and that is quite easy for us to grab, to understand the actual message what the receiver is trying to convey. Not even that, even if we are in a training program and a trainer is just addressing the audience, but he's not using any kind of gestures, he is simply standing and he's just speaking, presenting the things, he's not showing any kind of gestures. Do you think you will be interested in listening to that person for an hour? Or not, let's say just for 30 minutes? Just close your eyes and imagine a person who is not using the body language, who's not making the face move, who's not showing any kind of expressions, who is not doing eye contact. Do you love to sit and listen to that kind of a trainer for 30 minutes, just for 30 minutes? Think. No, definitely not. If you are going to talk about me, I'm not going to listen to a person who is just a statue. Let me say a radio is just speaking. Television, radio, they also do not move. They only speak. Being a human being, what makes you different from a radio which is speaking, from the audio call which you are listening, recorded calls? What makes you different? Your body language, your non-verbal communication. Just think, if you enter into the mall and instead of people addressing you, it's just a recorded tape who's just trying to show you this stuff. Do you think without any expressions you're going to, you'll be willing to look after things? No. We see the face of the person when we are asking, when we are questioning them. Is this product good? Is the quality good? We look at the expression of the person, whether he's being honest or not, because our tongue, our mouth, our words can lie, but our expressions, our gestures, our body movements, the non-verbal communication which we are using while talking are never going to lie. What do we say? We commonly say that face is the mirror of the mind. Whatever is running in your mind may not be coming out of your mouth, but that will definitely be shown on your face. That is why we say that our face is the mirror of our mind. And that is because of the non-verbal signals which our face keeps on sending whenever it is communicating. Very simple example is whenever you are saying no for something, automatically your head will also do like this, isn't it? Do you say no? Do you just keep your head still and say no? No. Either your hands, no, 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 or your face, they are going to move. If we say yes, same thing happens. If you're saying yes, it's like not yes, it's yes. We nod our head, right? These are the signals, these are the symbols which makes the communication easier for the other person to understand. Now let's start from where we left. In the last session, we already started with two types of body language, that is two types of kinesics, non-verbal signals, that was the facial expressions. And in facial expression, we read the one quotation that says that that face is the mirror of the brain or the mind. And second, which we have covered, was the gestures, that is the movement of your hands, how you move your hands, how you use your hands when you are communicating with the other person. The third thing which we are going to start today is posture. It is something which may not be very important when you are sitting in the office, when you are working alone, when you are talking, but this posture is something which is very, very important when you are going for the interviews. This posture is going to tell a lot of things about the personality of a person. It's going to tell you whether the person is confident, whether the person is nervous, whether the person is prepared for the interview or not. All these things you can easily get to know when you are studying the posture of other person. So it is very important to understand that how posture plays an important role in our life. Many times we do say that we have visited we have gone for the interview. When our interview went on very well, we were excellent. When we were presenting ourselves, the questions, whatever questions, the technical round, everything, we did well. But still, we didn't got selected. Why? Why we didn't got selected over there? The reason we didn't got selected was the posture which you were using. The interviewer was asking the questions and you were like, yes, yes, sir. Okay, my name is Sakshi, and I have completed my master's in finance and international business. I'm carrying 5 years of experience as an HR executive, and I love playing. My hobby includes traveling and surfing internet. Thank you. Introduction, no doubt, it was good. It was perfect. But what about the posture you were carrying? So dull posture. Come on, you're there for the interview. They're about to hire you. They need that energy in the team. They cannot hire a person who is not energetic even for the interview. If you're not being energetic for the interview, how are they going to expect the energy from you when you will be in the organization? We do not want dull people in the organization. We want energetic people. We want confident people in the organization. And that is what every organization looks for when they are hiring. So that is why we say that posture is something which is going to tell a lot of things about the personality of a person. It is the silent communication which is going, the signals which you're sending to the other person by your postures. If you're going to look into the picture, we'll see there are two pictures. One is the girl is standing in the straight position, keeping the back straight, chin up, shoulders, arms and shoulders relaxed, and the straight posture. That posture looks to be quite interesting, quite good. And the second one, she's just as if, I don't know, I was working from last 6 hours and the work was as if it was the labor work what she was doing. Is it the way to enter into the interview hall, or is it the way to sit there and address the people? No, this is absolutely not the way to work. So that is why posture is something on which you have to work. And yes, as I told you, that facial expressions are something which may not be under your control, but posture is something that is definitely fully under your control. You need to make a proper posture for you. Whenever you are sitting, sitting in the interview, leaning on the chair, bending, like sliding down, that is not the postures to sit in the formal, official, organizational, corporate environment. Even if you are out for the training session, you cannot use this kind of posture. Because see, being a trainer, they're going to see you, they're observing you, they're going to learn from you. And if they're going to observe that, wow, he's such a good trainer and he is using such a posture, then means that posture might be right. So indirectly with the words, you might be communicating the right thing, but with your posture, you are communicating a wrong message to the people. So make sure whatever in whichever profession you are, whenever you're going for the interview, whenever you are into these sessions, whenever you are into the meetings, whenever you are into the video calls, you need to carry the right and the proper posture along with you whenever you are presenting or speaking, because it is something which is very, very important. So here under posture, the first one says posture is the position adopted by our body. What do you mean by the position adopted by the body? Yes, it is not the movement or setting your hands in the right position, but it is also about your entire body, that how you are placing your entire body, how you are making your entire body in a comfort zone as well as looking presentable, right? It's not just about the hands, keeping the hands properly, making the shoulders properly, putting your legs properly. No, it is about the entire, the proper combination of your hands, shoulders, legs, everything, your back. So if I talk about the proper posture, the posture which usually is adopted as the right posture, as the best posture whenever you are addressing the people, whenever you are talking to the people, is keep your back straight, keep your arms relaxed, and raise your chin. Do not keep your neck or chin like this. You need to make sure that your chin is raised. See, you didn't do anything which is bad, which is wrong. No, definitely not. You have not done something for which you should be ashamed of. If you're not ashamed of anything, then why you are supposed to keep your chin down? Why you are supposed to keep your face down? Definitely, you're not supposed to do that. So if I talk about proper posture, as you can see in the picture, it says that proper posture is something where you are keeping your back straight, where your chin is raised, your arms are relaxed, and your back is straight. That is what is known as proper posture, and every person, every organization looks for the people who can represent the organization with the proper posture too. Let's say you have hired a person who looks to be very dull but who's very intelligent, and then you ask the person to represent the company to the client. The feedback which you got was, hello, yes, sir. The presentation, no doubt, was very good. We would like to deal with you, but the person who was presenting was very dull. We would love to work with someone who is very energetic and who can bring energy in the project. So, what communication, what message you have communicated, you have sent to that person? The message which was communicated from your end, the message which was communicated from your to the client was that this organization, I think, do not have energetic people. So ultimately, it is affecting the brand image of the organization, not only of that person. So that is why we say that it is very important to have the proper posture. Second point says is each movement or position of the body has expressive or defensive function. See, whatever posture you are using, it will just have two functions. It's going to perform only two functions. That is, either it is expressive, it is expressing something, or it is defensive. What does that? You're trying to defend yourself. You're trying to defend yourself from the things which are happening around you, from the communication which is happening around you. So basically, it consists of only two things: the posture. Whatever posture you are using, it is going to convey only two things. That is, either you are into the expressive mode where you are trying to express yourself, where you are trying to share your opinion, your concerns, your ideas, creativity, your innovativity, being a part of the decision making process, whatever it is, but you're trying to be expressive. And second is you're just trying to defend yourself. You're just trying to run away from that situation. So these are the two things which your body movements, your position of the body shows. Posture concerns the overall bearing of the body. It includes the angle of inclination and the position of the arms and the legs. So yes, posture is concerned about the overall bearing. That's what I said. It is not just about the face or the hands or the fingers or the back. It is the overall bearing. It is the combination of all the body parts of the all the body parts. It's how they all are working together but supporting each other. Each and every body part need to support the other body part, and then only you can say that yes, you are carrying a good posture, and your posture is supporting whatever you are saying. So it is the angle of inclination, it is the position of the arms as well as the position of the legs also. A raised head indicates openness, while a tilted head indicates curiosity. See, these are some common assumptions. A person who is good with posture, who understanding the posture of other person, a person who is good with understanding nonverbal sign. For him, if he is going to see a person with a raised head, let's say, so that means he is being open to listen to whatever the other person is saying. He is not bounding himself. He's not putting a cage around him that no, I'm not going to listen to anything. I'm not going to listen what others are suggesting. Whatever is running in my head is only right. No. A person with a raised hand will always show that yes, he is open to listen to other person. And if it's a tilted head, there's a lot of curiosity to learn new things, to know new things. So that is the indication of some of the postures. These are just the example. There are a lot of different postures which people use, and each posture carries a different meaning. Posture acquiring meaning in association with other symbols and in the context of communication. So yes, posture do not communicate anything, but yes, with the other communication, with the other symbol, definitely they communicate a lot of things. So I hope this posture is clear. So at the end, when we are ending this posture, we can simply say one thing: this posture is something which is an important, very important part of non-verbal communication, and we need to work on this part of non-verbal communication to make our communication smooth and strong. After posture, the next is the clothes. What do you think about clothes? What are your views if I talk about clothes? What do you think about clothes? I believe clothes are something which are very, very important. Do you think? If I go and meet a person who's not dressed up properly for the formal business meeting, you know, I'll prefer not to talk to that person. I won't even feel to talk to that person for a minute or two. Why? Because he is there for a formal meeting and he has not presented himself in a formal way. Has not presented himself in a formal way. Then are you willing to work with that kind of person? No. A person who's coming for the interview and he is wearing the traditional, he's carrying the traditional attire. Are you willing to work with him? Are you willing to take the even the first round of interview for that person? Are you willing to do that? No, definitely not. If you talk about me, I'm not willing to do that. Because, when I am calling you for an interview, a person at least should understand that he is going for an interview. An interview means carrying yourself smartly, being a presentable person, wearing the formal, because you're going for a formal interview. You're not going for any kind of party, you're not going for any kind of cultural night. So that decency of the clothes should be there. See how clothes are important. I'll just give you a very small example. If you see a person who's wearing very bright color attire, you'll see, I think the person is going for the wedding. If you see a person carrying some kind, dressed up in a proper dance form, you'll see, oh, I think the person is going to present a dance. You're going to see a person who is wearing the smart casuals. You're going to see, oh, maybe they are going out for a meeting or they're going out for out with the friends. Same way, if you are going, you are wearing the formals, the proper formal attire, whether it is men or women, both have different formal attires. If you are wearing the proper formal attire, that means it is going to create a good first impression for yourself. We do say that in interview, the first impression is the last impression, and that first impression, the first 30 seconds impression is created by seeing how you are looking, by seeing your clothes, by seeing your posture, by seeing your gestures. So, the way we dress up, it carries a very, very important message. It gives people very important message. And that is why our dress up is something which is being noticed wherever we are going. If we are going for a client meeting and if you're not dressed up properly, you are carrying an image of the organization with you. It's not about Mr. Ajay, Mr. Vikram, Miss Disha who is going to meet the client. It's the Mr. Disha from ABC Limited who is presenting herself as the representative of the organization to the client. The image they are going to form, the perception they are going to create is not going to be only of the person who is giving the presentation. It is going to be the perception, the brand image of the organization. An organization is known by the people who are working over there, not by its name. Because without employees, organization is nothing. So here it says that clothes plays an important role in enhancing his or her personality. So definitely, yes, the clothes are something which plays a very important role when it comes to showcasing your own personality. It is not just about the way you speak, the knowledge you carry, but it is also about the way you present yourself with the proper attire, because the attire is something which is going to tell us a lot of things about your personality. So that is why we say that clothes plays a very important role, an important role in enhancing his personality. Many times the way a person is dressed up, we just get impressed by his dressing sense. We just get impressed by the way he carry himself. So that is the magic of this attire. That is the magic of the clothes which you are wearing. It is vital for one to look professional and efficient. So yes, in the organization, it is very important to look professional and efficient, because again and again I'm repeating only just one thing, that you as an employee is carrying the image of the organization with you, not just your own image. If you're not being presentable, if you're not being good, if you're not looking good, if you're not wearing the right attire, it is simply something which is going to affect the overall personality of the individual, and as well as the goodwill of the organization. But what kind of employees work in this organization where they do not know how to dress up properly? So it is affecting the image of the organization. So that is why it is very, very vital. It is very important for a person to look professional and efficient. Accessories also play a major role in non-verbal communication. So yes, if we talk about accessories, they also play a very important role, because what happens, no, you select the clothes perfect, but you are carrying, let's say, let's talk about females who always carry a handbag, wear earrings, wear something in the neck. So they are wearing long, shiny earrings in the ears, and they are carrying the clutch which is very shiny, very gaudy. Do you think it is the right accessory to be taken with you when you are going in the organization, when you are trying to be formal, when you are wearing the formal attire? No, it's not just about the dress you are wearing, the attire you're wearing. It is also about the accessories which you are carrying when you are going. A boy dressed up very formally, properly, three-piece suit and a tie and the formal shoes, everything is proper. But if you just look at that person, he's wearing a very, very thick chain in the neck. Do you think the person is being formal? No. See, it's the people, whether it's a female or it's a male, they are not going into the organization to showcase what they have, but rather they're going into the organization to showcase the knowledge which they have, not the outer thing. It's all about what is over here. You do not need to carry the accessories which do not look formal, or which do not go with your attire. So make sure you're being very selective, very cautious when you are selecting the right accessory for you for communicating. And the last line says, clothes and accessories related to physical as well as social culture characteristics. So definitely these clothes and accessories, everything is related to the physical as well as social cultural characteristics in the organization. Now, after clothes, the fifth part says Eye contact. What do you understand by the word eye contact? When I'm talking about eye contact, what does it mean? Like this. This is staring. There's a difference between eye contact and staring at someone. So here, you are not there to stare continuously to other person. You're there to make proper eye contact as and when required. Eye contact is something which makes other person know that yes, are you paying proper attention to what I'm saying? Are you understanding? Are you gaining? Are you being attentive? So all these things are communicated by the use of eye contact. And again, I'm saying eye contact has nothing to do with staring. Staring is something which is different, and we are not talking about staring, continuously looking at someone. No, it is about making eye contact with each and every person whom you are addressing. Let's say there's a panel of 5 interviewers who are sitting right in front of you. Maybe the question was asked by one of the panelists, but you are supposed to make eye contact. You're supposed to look into the eyes of each and every panelist one by one. Yeah, it does happen that from all 5 panelists, one panelist, from panelist, you might be getting some positive vibes, good vibes. So you prefer looking into that person's eyes continuously or over and over again. But no, it is the wrong way of addressing the panelists. If you are just looking at one person, the other people, the other panelists will think that you're trying to ignore them, you're trying to avoid them, and that is definitely not a good sign for you to clear your interview. Even if you are into the training session, being a trainer, if you are addressing the audience, being the speaker or being the leader, if you are holding a meeting, it is very important that you try to make eye contact with each and every person who is sitting right in front of you. So through eye contact, here it says this eyes are the window of the soul. So definitely when we say that face is the mirror of the mind, so eyes is the window of the soul. Eyes explains a lot of things without even saying anything. It sends the symbol that yes, we are paying attention. It sends the symbol that we are attentive. It sends the symbol that we are understanding. We are listening. So many symbols are there which is sent by the eyes. Through eye contact, the speaker gets signal whether the channel of communication is open or not. This is the first and foremost and the most important communication which happens by the way of eye contact. When you are looking into some person's eyes, you're not trying to make your eye move here and there, getting distracted. It is going to send the signal that yes, I being the listener, I being the receiver of the information, I am listening to you. The channel of communication to me is open right now. These are the signal. This is the signal which you send when you are making the eye contact with other person. A long and fixed gaze shows interest. It says a long and a fixed gaze. A long and a fixed gaze shows interest depending on our feelings. So it depends on our feeling that these long and fixed gaze, these are going to show interest. Here is whether you are interested in listening to that person or not, whether you're paying proper attention, listening to that person or not. So this is something which is shown, which is being communicated by the use of eye contact. So whenever, even if you're talking to your friend, let's say it's an informal communication which is going on between the group of person or between two individuals, there also it is very important that we maintain proper eye contact. We do proper eye contact with other persons. So that is why we say that no matter whether it is formal or informal, eye contact is something which is very important. We have smiling eyes, anger eyes, painful eyes, evasive eyes, and so on. So all these things you can easily get to know when you sees the eyes. Your eyes along with the face. Let's say our face gives many gestures, our face gives many expressions. Same way, our eyes also does the same thing. Our eyes also shows us that we are happy, we are sad, we are angry, we are evasive, we are in pain. So all these things are also shown by studying, by looking into the eyes of other person. And the last thing here is mere silence. Sometimes the silence speaks louder than words, and it is scientifically proven also that many times, though you have not spoken anything, but it is shouting like hell and saying that I am angry with you. You didn't do good with me. I'm not going to forgive you. I'm not going to talk to you. All these things, maybe a person not speaking using the words, but just being silent, just being not responsive to other person. He's speaking louder than the words. So that is, silence at times speaks louder than the words. It lays down the relationship between communicator and their attitude towards each other. So though you are being silent, but it is creating a relationship between the communicator and their attitude towards each other. That what is the attitude, how the person is addressing other person, what is the way by which the person is looking to that person, what's the way by which the person is whether the person is understanding or not. All these things you get to know by the silence of other person, whether they're saying yes, no. These things are communicated by simply being silent. So silence shows the inability to converse further. Yes, it is also showing the inability to converse further, that if the person is silent, what communication you're going to make? You cannot speak continuously for an hour without getting any kind of response, any kind of feedback from other person, right? You cannot speak for us. So that is why if you are being silenced, it is just giving the inability for the other person to converse. There's no communication. Conversation, what does that conversation means? Can conversation happen with just one person speaking? No, conversation is something where we have sender and the receiver. Information is being shared and feedback is being received. So when one person is silent and we are not getting any kind of feedback, it's simply a pause to the conversation which is happening. So it shows the inability to converse further. A student who has not done his homework will stay mum when a teacher asks him for it. That definitely happens even in the colleges. When we are unable to finish the assignment on time, we prefer being silent. It's a silent indication which we are giving to the teachers that we haven't finished the work yet. So with this, we have finished off with the kinesis. And now in the next session, we are going to talk about the second type of nonverbal communication, that is the use of body language. How your body language communicate and what all communication your body language is sending. So that is what we are going to discuss in the next session of business communication. If you have any doubt, you can get back to me in the next session of business communication. Okay then, bye-bye. Have a wonderful day. We'll start the next session in next 10 minutes. Bye-bye.